When introducing the Anglo-Saxon suffix er, you want to focus on the meaning. At this point, they probably already know er says and that it is the most common way to spell it, especially at the end of words like winter. It's also the most common, like in the word her. But when getting to the suffix, they will need to know that it means two different things. It can mean a person who, but it can also mean that when comparing two things, it is more of that. So if something is longer, it's going to be longer than something else. In your white card deck, it is card number 70. And in your Google folder, you can find a trace copy cover avert sheet. I typically will do ER longer to compare. And then the next day I will do ER teacher a person who. Remember that when working on vocabulary, you really should be trying to get them to think about the word in a variety of different settings. So you might ask, what is longer than this table? But then on the next day, you might discuss perhaps this period of time being longer than a previous period of time, so that they don't always associate it with just a table being longer than their arm. You can ask questions like, who is taller than you? But when dealing with people, you want to keep bringing it back to it's a person who. So a preacher is a person who preaches, whereas a voter is a person who votes. Do this when discussing the words as well as the sentences. And then when they are spelling, you may need to keep the spelling simple in that take into consideration which spelling rules you have already taught. At this point, I probably would only dictate words in that first column. Whereas the words in the second column, they need to know to drop the E when adding a vowel suffix. I typically will teach this and a few other suffixes, and then I will move on to drop the E, and then I can review all of the suffixes that I've taught.